Good morning, my friends. Bix Weir, roadtoroota.com. It's very early in the morning on Sunday morning. I didn't even get out of my bathrobe. With your morning horn of Z's, your sip of coffee. Very exciting day for me. This afternoon, I will be sitting down with Clif High and Jsnip4 for an interview. Me and Jsnip4 interviewing Clif High, basically. And we're going to talk about all kinds of things that aren't really related to a lot of things in the mainstream that Clif has been talking about. I hope that's the way it goes. I have a list of questions I have for Clif. Can you imagine just being able to ask Clif anything you want? This guy's a wealth of knowledge on absolutely everything. And I want to talk to Jsnip4 about a lot of stuff. Great guy. And those who have not subscribed to his channel yet, go to Jsnip4 on YouTube and get some amazing daily insight and hysterical YouTube posts. He's just a great guy. One day I'll get out to Florida and hang out with him. But I want to talk about our interview that we have planned. But before that, Clif and Greg Hunter just sat down for an interview. Great interview. Amazing interview. Go to usawatchdog.com and check out that interview. He talks about the cryptocurrencies and the changing world. This is not, there's no such thing as a bubble when we're talking about the cryptos right now. At least right now, while the unbacked fiat monetary system is still up and running. As many of you know, cryptos are not as manipulated as gold and silver, so a lot of money is going to be running to the cryptos. That should be running to gold and silver. I know a lot of silver bugs and gold bugs are pissed off about this. I am as well, but that won't last long. Pretty soon, gold and silver will take a really fast moonshot, and then some of that crypto money will come back into gold and silver. But ultimately, this is not about the crypto money, and it's not about gold and silver. This is about the destruction of the current system, and we're going to get that really soon. They're going to go back to Congress very soon and ask for $20 trillion. They're not going to get it. And then you're going to see gold and silver go crazy, and the cryptocurrencies go crazy. Most of them won't survive. I'm trying to tell people this. There are bubbles, kind of like bubbles within the cryptocurrency space. There's a lot of fraud in cryptocurrency. So if you don't know the use case for each cryptocurrency that you invest in, you're just throwing money towards a rising tide. A rising tide lifts all boats. Rising cryptocurrencies lifts all cryptos. So make sure that you're in the right crypto. Make sure you know why you're in it. Otherwise, have fun speculating, but don't expect to walk away with a penny. Like a lot of these are completely ethereal. There's nothing behind them. Some of them don't even have a real crypto behind them. They're just a way to suck money. Because there's very little rules in the cryptocurrency. I can come out tomorrow with a Bix coin. Hey, I got a Bix coin. And all my followers will, dive into the Bix coin and I'll get some buzz. And all of a sudden the Bix coin is $300 and I walk away with $100 million and then you never hear from me again. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But that's what can be done in the cryptos. So be careful what you invest in. I stick to the main two, Bitcoin and Ethereum, for the long run. I have a couple plays out there on other things that I understand, though. I understand what I'm going to invest in. I don't put a lot of money into anything else because I know Bitcoin and Ethereum, I understand it well. Clif's got it going out long-term in his data, so you're kind of safe. If you just get those two and you stick them away, and then you can ride the wave without being in the middle of the insanity. So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited about this afternoon when it's going to be done. I'm not sure when it's going to be posted on the internet. We're going to give Clif's interview with Greg Hunter a little time to marinate out there because there's a lot of information in that. So go check it out. And if you're sitting there going, well, I want to see the interview, I want to see it, I'll let you know later this afternoon when we're going to post it, and we'll hype it up, and because it's going to be a good one. I think it's going to be very fun. I love hanging out with both those guys, and it's going to be a hoot. And hopefully we can cover topics that aren't usually covered in our interviews. I want to learn more about Antarctica. I'm really excited about what Clif knows about that, and just to delve into what is going on down there, because it's an amazing story that we're not being told again. It's kind of like the when our government learned about UFOs and aliens back in the 30s and 40s, and they didn't tell us anything. Well, Antarctica is kind of like the same thing. There's a lot of new technologies apparently down there coming out of Antarctica, or that will come out of Antarctica. I know a lot of human beings are going down there now, and Clif will talk a lot about that. I'll get him to talk about it. But I also want to know, and I briefly touched on this with Clif, the book I'm working on about the Grand Canyon has a lot of interconnecting things with the things Clif talks about. I'm writing about the gold in the Grand Canyon, but it also has to do with our monetary system, how it changed our monetary system, and it has continued to change it for all these years. This massive gold find in the Grand Canyon, and also all the all the artifacts, prehistoric, our history artifacts that are found in the Grand Canyon, and why we're not allowed to go in all sorts of places. There's no-go zones within the Grand Canyon. You're not allowed to go there because there's ancient pyramids, there's caves where humans and aliens supposedly could have lived together. A lot of stuff going on in the Grand Canyon, and we're not allowed to see it. Now, with the breakdown of our current government, that could open up a whole lot of things for humanity. All the hidden secrets that have been like hidden from us. They think we can't handle the fact that there were giants on planet Earth, and a lot in the United States. A lot buried in those burial mounds we found all over the United States. The Smithsonian has hidden skeletons and bones and all kinds of information. That was their job. The Smithsonian Institution's job was to, when someone found something that can't be explained within their set box of where we came from, the Smithsonian would go out there, collect all the bones, collect all the artifacts, and it's like that Indiana Jones movie, the very end of the Indiana Jones movie, where they stick them away in crates in a huge, gigantic warehouse, and Indy goes, where's the Ark of the Covenant? And they go, top men are working on it, and you say, well, who? Top men, and they just stick it away in the warehouse. I have heard a lot have been destroyed, that's the saddest thing, is a lot of the artifacts and the large skeletons have been destroyed. And when I say large, I'm talking 8 feet to 15 feet human beings, or humanoids. And they talk about it in the Bible, but they won't talk about it in real life and why all these skeletons have been found. Catalina Island down in LA was supposedly a huge colony where they found dozens and dozens of skeletal remains of giants. And you're not allowed to know about it. You're not allowed to talk about it. But the cool thing is that as our government breaks down, and everybody can hopefully see that the government is in the process of breaking down, when the monetary system crashes and we're exposed to all the criminality that went on in Washington, there will be no government. Talk about a constitutional crisis. There will be no government that can protect this stuff from us. And we will demand the truth. And I think we should demand the truth. And we need to demand the truth about everything, including everything that's going on in Washington, everything they've hidden from us over all these years. So hopefully Clif and I can get into that. And Jsnip4 has some real cool ideas about his... I want to talk to Jsnip about his housing, his plan for housing. He has been trying to get his hands on a house for his family for a long time. And now the cryptocurrencies are providing an avenue for that. And so that's his goal and his plan, is to ultimately get a nice house in a nice neighborhood. I would say the only problem with that is you don't even know if it's going to be a nice neighborhood when everything crashes and all the cryptocurrencies go ballistic, and the monetary system crashes, and all those people in the nice neighborhood won't have any money. But that gets back to the Road to Ruta stuff from the Fed Boston. When Ruta goes and is in charge of determining who gets what, how the new colored flowers are allocated. If you go to the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston's publications that I've analyzed, that's a big part, crashing the old system, and it's the reallocation of money to the people that is the big question mark. And in Alan Greenspan's first book, that's right on the back of his book, it says that the biggest problem with central banking is literally deciding who gets what. And so far they've decided that the elite will make all the money, and the poor and the less fortunate will not get all the money, and it's been a huge shift of wealth to this tiny 1% of 1%, and it's getting worse and worse as the free money is out there. The free money is out there for the rich, and the rich are using it to rehypothecate everything. So, but that will all change with the crashing of the banks, crashing of the derivatives, which has already started in Europe most likely. That will wipe all electronic debt-based assets clean from this earth, and they're going to have to reallocate money. And that's what Ruta was doing when she was giving away the flowers, writing the formulas in the sand. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to roadtoruta.com and learn. Now is the time we all have to learn. And if you are into the cryptocurrencies, go to YouTube and type in any question you have, and you're going to find the answer there. Don't ask me. I've done my homework on the things that I am invested in, but you can do it. You can get involved in the future. All you have to do is decide. I'm gonna spend a half an hour every day learning about something that is new and changing. I would start with Bitcoin and Ethereum. So go to YouTube. YouTube's an amazing. There's so many educational videos on how to deal with the cryptocurrencies and what they are and how to get involved, how to store them, things like that. You got to be smart about it because it's technical. There's no doubt that it's technical, but it is also the future. So if you want to be involved in the future, I would highly recommend you doing that. Anyway, I need to shower and shave. Well, no, I'm not going to shave. I'm going to grow my beard a little bit more. My son is graduating today, so graduating high school. And I'm off to that. And then later this afternoon, I get to have a chat with Clif High and Jsnip4, and it's going to be very, very exciting. Anyway, this is Bix Weir. Don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe to this video and this video channel and learn about the Road to Ruta. If you go to the Road to Ruta website, roadtoruta.com, there's a free book. You get a free book for putting your email in and your name, and to the email service, a free email service. You get a free book there, and you get my second book for free right at the top of the website. It's a PDF download, and you can read all about silver, gold, and Bitcoin and all the craziness going on. Anyway, this is Bix Weir. We'll talk to you later.